Hello there! And welcome back to another video! This week I'm going to be showing you what art supplies I've taken with me to Japan. So currently we're experiencing a little bit of time travel because this video is going to go up weeks after I've filmed it, because as you are watching this, if you're watching this within the week it comes up, I will already be in Japan. But as I'm filming it, I am still packing for Japan. But I thought it might be a little bit interesting to show just what I'm taking art-wise, because I'm going to be there for 3 weeks, and my friend that I'm going there with is also like a really artsy person, so we have a lot of plans of like going sketching and like working on a bunch of illustrations. So art supplies and drawings and sketchings and all that is like a very important part of this trip for the two of us. So I wanted to just showcase what I'm going to be taking. The first thing isn't even displayed here. The first thing I'm taking that's art supply wise is my iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil, and I'm taking this just to have access to digital art. The second thing I'm going to be talking about taking is this brand spanking new sketchbook. So this is actually the second sketchbook I have that is of this brand, of this size. It's 8.5 by 11 and it's got around 110 pages, it says. I'm taking this one because it's larger. I have experience with the sketchbook before, because when I bought this one it was actually on sale, so I bought two of them, and this is the second. The first one I finished I think in December of 2017, I want to say. But sorry, I'm taking this because I want to do like a lot of work, bigger work, but I'm also not neglecting to take this one, which I thought at one point that I'd be done by the time it was time to go to Japan, but I haven't been doing as much traditional illustrations, and when I have been, it's been outside of my sketchbook. And I'm not the most fond of this paper, to be honest, but it's compact. I've like been working in it, so like I'm used to it at this point, and I just felt like for something quick to take with me when I'm not like planning big illustration stuff, like this is still good to have on hand, so I'm going to be taking it. And now on to not so much the surfaces but the materials, and I'm going to swatch out everything for you. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might recognize this pencil case here that I've been using for a while, and sadly it's gone empty. I mean, there's still like a couple things in here, but like I'm not going to take it because it's a really good size for when I want to take like more than the minimum, but it's too big to take for the minimum and it's too small to take for like the majority. So this one's staying home. I'll miss you. Instead, for the minimum, or what I call the essentials, I'm going to be bringing this one back. And if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know that this is the one that I used before I upgraded to this one, because I kind of leveled up my level of essentials. So I'm just going to open this up and give you a tour of what's up. So we've got the Sakura white jelly roll, which, I mean, luckily I have some convenient ink splotches from the last time I was using this. So a high-tech C in 0.25 millimeters, which this one I really like because it's really thin. A big ballpoint pen, just this one also works really thin, but it's a ballpoint, so you can get like a little bit more like light lines and then dark lines and light lines. Then we have my trusty good old mechanical pencil, which has been with me for forever. It's 0.05 graphite, and this is my go-to pencil forever, and I really like it. And of course, backup lead, and my signature Staedtler eraser pen. So these are my like 100% absolute essentials, which is I'm probably not going to leave the house. If I leave the house with something to draw on, I leave the house with this. Next up, we're bringing out the big guns. So this is a Kipling pencil case I've had since primary school. Opening this up, ink pens, gel pens, markers, pencils, ballpoint pens, miscellaneous stuff. So starting off, this is a Pilot pen that I got for like less than $1, but I don't know, it feels like really black, really precise. I'm taking extra high-tech C's because I'm planning to leave some with my friend as another gift, and they're always just good to have around. Then I've got this Pigma Sensei, Sakura Pigma Sensei in 0.3 millimeters, and it's just another good, reliable micron sort of thing. And then we have the proper microns, and I'm taking 3. I'm taking a 0.1 because I like using fine lines, and this ink is super reliable as well. Then I'm taking a brush pen from Sakura Micron, and this is it's got like the edge a little bit like fuzzy because I don't use it for good line weight, I mainly use it to fill blacks. And then we've got the last micron, which is a 0.03, similar to the Staedtler that I have in my Essentials, which is a little bit more thick and solid. Next up, we've got a Uniball Signo white gel pen, and I tend to prefer the Sakura Jelly Rolls more. I don't know, I just felt like having a backup. Next up is this Sakura Jelly Roll in this burgundy color, because I might use it for something fun. I don't know, I really like this color, it really resonated with me. And then Sakura Micro and Jelly Roll in this neon pinky orange color, because like, do you see this? It's blinding, and I know I can think of something to use this for. The next 3 gel pens and the last of this top layer in the pencil case are 3 things I ordered off Wish for like $1. So we have this gold, which is like a really yellowy, doesn't have much green in it kind of gold. Then we've got a silver, which same situation, it's a little bit on the light side, and then a white. And the reason why I'm taking these to my trip to Japan is because they're brand spanking new off of Wish, and I haven't really used them for anything just yet. And I felt like, oh, this is a good chance to like play around with them or something. So now into the mess. So I'm going to pull out the things that aren't necessarily stuff I can swatch. So I've got this Staedtler big eraser, my kneadable eraser in its carrying case that's been featured on my channel a lot lately, a little tiny little sharpener that I should empty before leaving, a guitar pick because why not, and then a keychain from Rio that I'm going to give to my friend that I'm just keeping here for safekeeping. So besides that, there's like a couple categories worth of things. So there's one yellow highlighter, which I find is always useful for something or another. Then we've got a couple different colored ballpoint pens. Yeah, just a purple and a green ballpoint pen. So that's the purple and that's the green. Next up, we've got some Kohl Erase Prismacolor color pencils. So we've got vermilion, blue, this one's violet. Violet's the shortest one, is the one I've used the most. Brown, carmine red, and terracotta. Those are the Kohl Erase. I've also got this Pigma Sensei that's in 1mm, not a 0.1, a 1. So it's a big fat boy, also used for filling blacks, and I'm actually going to put it up here with my other Pigma Sensei now that I've noticed it. Next up, we've got these marker things, and contrary to what you might think by looking at them, they're not the Staedtler ones because those are expensive. These are actually ones I got off Wish that I also didn't get a chance to really play with. I've got a bigger set, there's more than just these, but I thought that these would be the most interesting colors to mess around with, and yeah, they're just some like knockoff thing from Wish. So we've got purple, they don't really have color names or anything. We've got like a sky blue that's actually a little bit more like a cobalt if you ask me, a light grey, a more golden yellow, a neon-y yellow that's actually really similar to the highlighter, they might have the same ink. Oh, like more burnt kind of orange, a neon kind of orange, a true red, and then a black. Another Pigma Sensei, which I don't know how I missed it, but this is a Pigma Sensei in size 04. So there's that, which will also go with the other Pigma Sensei family. And lastly, we have a whole bunch of alcohol markers. I've got 2 Prismacolor alcohol markers, a bunch of Copic Sketch, and then 2 Copic Originals. So for my Prismacolor alcohol markers, we've got a 40% French Grey, which is like this, and then we've got a deep purple. For my Copic Originals, I've got a cool grey in C6, and then a cool grey in C7. For my Copic sketch markers, I've mainly got a lot of things that can work for skin tones, and then blues, and then the colourless pencil. So for skin tones, I've got E51, E33, R20, which is like a blushy colour, and then lastly we got an E11, which is a little bit more warm of a neutral. For blues, I've got a B24, BG72, and a B00. Then we've got, I think, what might be my favourite Copic marker, an R59. because it's just like this deep crimson, and then the colorless blender, which blends. So that's basically everything I'm taking with me to my trip to Japan. And really quickly then, with all these supplies, I'm just gonna do a little sketch in here. Probably not gonna be able to use right behind because it bleeds, but I'll use this page. About ready to call this done. And is it the best illustration I've ever done? Definitely not, but I think it shows fairly well what can be done with these art supplies in a very quick amount of time. I feel like this is a very comprehensive scene, and I like the variety of colors that I've picked out for myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video, getting a look-see at what art supplies I'll be taking with me to Japan. And hopefully by the time that this is up on my Instagram will be a couple illustrations I've done in Japan. So link in the description to my Instagram to check that out. But that's everything for me this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your art essentials are, and I'll see you all next week.